The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Maker's mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lady Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
I just had a dance with Solus and I'm in a good mood, so don't fuck it up.
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
I need those people here. They're so pivotal to this undertaking.
Why do you need Leliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
Yeah, I feel like this would be her response to like, wait, did I hear you correctly?
I don't understand. What is it you're asking of them?
We need them to serve as candidates for the role of divine. Everyone with the political support to succeed Justinia perished alongside her. Those who remain are unable to gather the majority of votes from the conclave of Grand Clerics. They have been deadlocked for too long. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
Yeah, honestly, this is up to them.
Leliana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a later date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother.
Goodbye.
Don't let them detract from your victory at Alamshiral. We've beaten his wardens and stopped his intrigues. Soon, Corypheus will have no place to hide. Cullen is hoping to press our advantage. We'll plan our next attack when you're ready.
We did it! We put Briala in power. We got to dance with Solus. And there was a little bit of justice for the Elves of Orlais. Excuse me, did you just say acquired schematic formal attire? Hold on. Actually, is that something I can look up here? No, is this the Nutcracker outfit? I want to see what it looks like. Can I see an example? I bet it's the Nutcracker outfit. For some reason, I got excited and went like, oh, I get a dress now.
We don't have the strength of treaties to judge a true Grey Warden.
Heroes, then. Saved us all a while back.
A sad lot, their lives.
Can't get much sadder.
Oh no, Cal. Cursed. Make it in plaid weave. Okay, so, as I was saying, we won a small victory for the Elves of Orlais. We've got some justice for the slaughter. While we're not really coming out on top visibly, Briala is in power and pulling the strings. And she can drop that sweet, sweet blackmail whenever Gaspard's getting a little uppity. Which I love. Oh, Cal, why are you doing Solus like that? Oh my goodness. All right. It looks like we have a judgment. I don't know who it is, though. Maybe Florian? It's the only one I can think of.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Alamshiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Is this a box of her dead body? No. No. We are not passing judgment on a box full of... Dragon Age, please. Are you for real? I don't remember this at all. I am speechless. What the fuck is going on? That's fair. I have never killed Florian before, so I just didn't know. Oh no. Oh my god. I mean, like...
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
What's happening? Oh my god. Okay, so I'm really tempted to use this because it's our special ability. Normally, you know me, I like reparations. I would do community service or some way in which for Florian to give back. But she's very dead. Literally, literally in a box. So I'm just gonna go with whatever this is.
Strangely enough, something similar happened to an uncle of Emperor Leandra II. His trade routes were returned to the reigning monarch. Why don't we just follow suit?
A wise choice. Thank you for making it swiftly.
Today might have been the wildest content I've experienced in Dragon Age. Wow. All right. That happened. Let's go talk to our friends. I do feel bad for those poor guards having to... Yeah, we'll go up here first. Having to haul that box around. Jesus. Oh my god. I can't believe that happened.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
Thank you.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's all? I feel like I hadn't been here in a while and I needed to, like, give them stuff.
You have remarkably little here on early Tevinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether divine 𝒂𝒃𝒁 took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
Dorian, who is drinking. Will Solus get mad at me if I flirt with him? I love playfully flirting with our gay friends. You know, consensually, knowingly. Like, we're just being cute.
And that's the Dorian I know, critiquing every book in my library.
I wouldn't have to if you could find some rebellious heretic archivist to join the cause.
Are there rebellious archivists? Other than you, that is.
If Corypheus ever starts burning masterworks of literature, I'm sure a few will pop up. Did I see something by 𝒂𝒃𝒁 here?
Yeah.
I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the abyssal rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
He cares. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm very sad about Stroud, but I don't think Llewellyn really knew him very well. And he was doing Grey Warden things. So I think we're most concerned about how fucking cool it was.
I learned a surprising amount. What happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, for one.
Regained your memories. That's good then.
I think so.
You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
I think we're good with our flirty banter.
That's not exactly comforting, Dorian.
Nor should it be. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
And you're... Okay, so his rationale is that he's afraid people are gonna get hurt. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, honestly. I don't want to be dismissive and say not my problem. That's just kind of rude. He's coming to us with an issue that he cares about, and not my problem is absolutely not a good response here. I am kind of curious. He feels very strongly, and maybe I don't grasp why.
You don't number among them.
It's tempting, but I'm no fool. There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's
That's
exactly
fair.
the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name.
Ooh.
If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Ooh, and it's now in operation.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace.
It was.
An empress dead, an emperor under your spell, and that elven harpy eating out of your hand. If she doesn't bite it off. All
Dorian!
this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Dorian!
That's something you'd like to do more often, then?
Watch as you twist an entire empire around your little finger. Yes, please. Of course, that leaves only Tevinter. And it wouldn't work as well there.
No? Why not?
Our dances are so much more intense. If an evening lacks a murder, we sniff and call it a ball. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
That's where it's from! That's where it's from! Dorian, I love you, but you should be nicer.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
That went well. She said I should go. Do I sound like that? I think it was one of the first things you ever said to me.
May I suggest we concern ourselves with this iridium vault, inside which we have been permanently sealed? How come nobody told me about this before? I'm open to feedback here.
You could try I'll be seeing you. That might spice things up.
At most, we have an hour's worth of air remaining. Maybe it's... I should go. I should go. I should go. Shepard, I would advise greater concern about our situation.
I am certain that Alex had so much fun with that line. Is that all you have to say, my dear?
Always with the questions. What will people say?
That we're besties.
Naturally.
Okay. Let's do Leliana. Actually, I'm going to save those. I don't want to accidentally prompt the divine stuff without looking into it a little bit more to make sure I get the outcome I want. What I can do... Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Gotta save that game.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, machinations, betrayals. After our time in Alamshiral, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
I'm pleased you had a good time.
Political gambits, broken promises, half-truths. It is a palace full of motivation, and motivation is where great things happen. In any event, Gaspar should be a steadfast ally. Briala will keep him in check, and look after the elves.
Yes.
I hope Briala is able to use her position to help our people.
Our people? Who are? Oh, you mean elves? I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Sweetheart? Yeah, I mean, that's a shame. We're doing our best. I don't want to be angry at him, and I definitely don't agree. And we could prompt a, who then? I don't want to be defensive. I want him to feel bad for what he said, because it was unkind.
Your people have lost so much of their history and culture. To not even think of yourself that way.
I think of myself as me. That's all I've ever needed. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
Oh, well. I'm not sure this would be the appropriate time to flirt with him after he's been like, elves. But
you're an admirable man. Not many people know who they are the way you do.
Thank you. Both for saying that and for seeing that. Few in this world can see me, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears.
that could have gone better. Solas is also one of those characters, I know we were talking about it the other day, that I want to sit down and have deeper discussions with as far as, like, the way he spurns the Dalish. Dalish are doing the best they can, right? When Arlathon fell, everyone was just in complete disarray. And I think maybe he spurns them because he feels guilty. Because that's the position he put them in. Watching them in this state makes him feel intense guilt. And he cannot bear to look at it. That's my thought process, at least.
My heart.
Oh, okay, I forgive it all. Oh, fuck.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
He has lost his army, and he has lost 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶. That eliminates military or political means to rebuild Tevinter. He will need to demonstrate that no one in this world can stand against his magic. It will not be subtle.
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I think I have shared everything of note. I should spend some time encountering more stories.
We'll talk later.
𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶.
Such a fucking pushover. Okay. We can talk to Cullen. He's safe enough. Oh, absolutely, Archangel. I do think there's some arrogance mixing with that guilt and dissociation.
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
I'm not sure she knows much about the Templars, and so I don't want that to be, that's okay. Hopefully this isn't too brusque, but I do think she'd be like, but why? Like, you need that for your abilities. Why would you do that?
Why are you doing this?
After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Aww. This is one of those choices that the people who make him keep taking lyrium, like, I don't really see it. And I don't like the I'll trust Cassandra option because it's almost taking away his agency as a person. I respect him in his decision to do this to better himself. We always want to be supportive of people who are trying to do better, right? These are just so terrible.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
Oh, codex entry. Man, we've been really behind on our codexes. I might just have like a codex stream. We'll just take time reading codexes, taking a break and chatting and go back and forth. So we're kind of behind. And I don't think they're as well organized a codex entry in Dragon Age as they are in Mass Effect.
First the Templars, now the Grey Wardens. Both devoted their lives to fighting evil. Now they serve it.
Not by choice. They were manipulated by Corypheus.
I'm not sure that's a comfort. The Inquisition must serve as an example. We must stand where others fall.
Oh, no, thank you. Did we do these already?
You and the Red Templar's leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters. He seemed a decent man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets. He committed further crimes, but managed to evade the Order's justice. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
If I remember correctly, Samson in 2 is helping mages escape the Templars, right? And so I'm assuming that's why Meredith. Although this had to have been early on, because I feel like later Meredith would have just killed him.
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction. He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
Sometimes it is all it takes, unfortunately. I do feel bad for Samson, knowing what happened to him, that he was trying to help people, because he helps you with that sweet elf boy. Oh, what is his name? The Dreamer. And we try to get him out to the Dalish and keep him away from the clutches of Kirkwall's Templars.
It sounds like Samson had a miserable life.
The Order expelled him, but he had choices. He could have found another path. I don't understand how he became so powerful. Even with red lyrium, Samson's glory days are long behind him.
Cullen, you were literally just talking about how debilitating it is to be cut off from lyrium. Be a little more sympathetic. God, that's such a privileged take. Be better, Cullen. I know, Cal. I'm like trying to go easy on Cullen because there's so many Cullen stans. But like... Oh, look at that sweet ass hat. Oh, you're a Canary. Hey, what's up, my dude? No. Yes? Yes, your ears are pointed. I couldn't tell if it was just like a mask. Did we ask him everything?
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace. It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
Showing interest reveals weakness. Something nobles are quick to exploit.
No doubt you're right. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. Gaspard rules a country. The divine influences half a continent.
Oh.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
What would you like to know?
Did I ask all these? I feel like I have. If I haven't, we'll go back and get them.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
If you require anything, I'll be here. Was there something you needed?
It's this one.
Is there anything I should know?
Creating Inquisition footholds outside Skyhold has strengthened our reputation. People view us as a stabilizing force. We've received a number of recruits eager to pledge themselves to our cause.
Nice.
Is there anything I should know?
Many of our recruits viewed the Grey Wardens as heroes. Blackwall's presence is helpful. Knowing there's one warden immune to corruption has given people hope. Corypheus's grasp is not inescapable.
Is there anything I should know?
My senior officers report that the soldiers are in good spirits. Having the Imperial Army as an ally has bolstered their confidence. The Orlesian military is highly regarded. Of course, I'd wager our own recruits are equal to any Chevalier.
Is there anything I should know?
There are fewer arguments between our Templar and Mage recruits than when we started.
That's
I've
good.
seen them trading stories, building one another up for the fight to come. I pray this won't be lost when their common enemy is gone.
Well, maybe if the Templars stop trying to oppress the mages, it will be.
Is there anything I should know?
Your plan is sound. We are ready to move on the Arbor Wilds when you give the word. I will see you reach the temple before Corypheus.
What temple? Are you talking about Mathal's temple that I haven't talked to anybody about yet, Cullen?
Is there anything I should know?
I believe Dagna has settled in well. She's certainly very cheerful.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm concerned she'll cheerfully blow up Skyhold with one of her experiments. The risk is small at present.
Be nice to Dagna.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
There we go.
That's all for now.
Another time, then.
There. I did my due diligence. We spoke to Cullen. All right. Will he say it?
Venon.
Also means my heart. It just doesn't have the same intonation.
We'll talk later.
𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶.
I love you. Bye. Okay, these are the stairs. I need to go out this way? Yes. Okay.
Your worship.
Hi. Hello, Varric. What's the matter?
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He saved Hawke's little brother from the Blight. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
I am glad that Hawke survived. Anders would be lost without her.
You must be glad that Hawke made it back in one piece.
Yeah, closest thing I've ever seen to a miracle there. Hawke asked me to tell everyone back in 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 where she's going. I'll have to let Carver know. I'm sure he'll take it well. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
So, poor Merlin, when he played this before I did, and I only watched a little bit of it. But Varric's his favorite character. And he has not played Dragon Age 2. So, when he got to this point in the story, he chose to leave Hawke behind. Because it's just a generated character, right? He hadn't played 2, he doesn't know who Hawke is. But this scene with Varric, Merlin was so upset. He quit the game and he went and replayed it all over again, adamant to leave Stroud behind because he couldn't do that to Varric.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Special? Oh.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Oh! It's like, hi, we have some questions. Never mind. Oh my goodness. Hello, Saladin 7.
Carry on.
Varric, please.
Sorry, I really need to write some letters. Another time, all right?
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Where is everyone? We need... Don't want to do Cassandra yet. We can do Blackwall. Dorian. Sarah and Ironbull are over here. We'll do Blackwall first.
Hello? Hello? You haven't said a word since they got back from Halam. Future not so rosy? Thought you had both sides covered, that you were on your way back to court.
An elf. You don't know how undone my contacts are. Our history.
Yes, well, buck up. Odds are you won't survive this anyway.
That's actually comforting.
Hello? Excuse me? If you're saying literally anything shitty about elves, sir, pretty sure you don't belong in my Inquisition. You know, the one that's led by an elf. We don't stand bigotry here. I needed to go see what this giant plume was.
The soldiers make me nervous. Sitting around here, tempers get short, and fighting. I saw one soldier reach for his belt like he was going to draw a dagger on the man he was arguing with. I was lucky he'd lost his dagger, or there'd have been more than a bloody nose.
Goodness. Okay, let's talk to Blackwall. There's just so many different people around now. I wanted to go have a look at them. Look at her big boy! Look at him! Such a big boy! Okay, I'm focusing. Ooh.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company. When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
I really hope you saved it. Because we're gonna have words otherwise.
You stopped them? Cut the dog down?
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
So, yes, he was a child at the time. Clearly, though, he understood that what was going on was wrong. And usually the grace we give children in these sorts of situations is that they don't know to intercede. They don't know that this situation that's occurring is something that they need to say something about. It sounds like he knew. He was aware that what was going on was bad, and he knew he should have said something, but he didn't. That's what I'm angry about. I don't think it's necessarily fair to call him weak because, like, he's a child at the same time who probably doesn't understand the gravity of his actions. But, wow, it's fucking horrible.
You couldn't have been the only one there, and no one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong.
He's right.
I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Wow, that last one. Ooh. No. We can make the world better. And it is easier to shut our eyes, but we need to continue trying to make this world a much better place than it is.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing. We're lucky there are people like you in the world. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Oh. Oh, it's Meriden. I was like, we got a codex entry? I can't talk to this man.
Inquisitor.
Oh.
What's the word out there?
Quiet. Too quiet. No, wait. Just quiet enough.
What's the current mood?
Turgid?
Putting my drink down.
As you were.
Inquisitor?
That was too much information, my guy. Oh. Hey, Bull.
You wanted to see me?
Hello?
Bull!
I got it! Yeah, my soul's dust. Yours is scattered all over the ground, though, so... Sorry, boss. I thought I might need backup. Guess I'm not even worth sending professionals for.
Well, that just happened.
You knew the assassins were coming?
Little change in the guard rotation tipped me off.
Why didn't you tell me ahead of time?
You go through years of Ben Hasrith training to hide facial expressions when I wasn't looking. See? Like that. If I'd warned you were the guards, the assassins would have been tipped off.
I'm fine.
Are you all right?
Fine. Hurt myself worse than this fooling around in bed.
What if they used poison?
Oh, they definitely used poison. 𝒸𝒾𝒁, liquid form. If I hadn't been dosing myself with the antidote, I'd be going crazy and puking my guts up right now.
Oh, boy.
As it is, it stings like shit. But that's about it.
I don't know if we need to retaliate. They're just pissy at him.
I hoped the Ben Hasrath would let you go.
They did. Sending two guys with blades against me? That's not a hit. That's a formality. Just making it clear that I'm 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶. 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶.
I don't want to flirt with him. But I mean, that's how I would provide comfort in this scenario. Is like, hey dude, you're still you, it's still fine. If I do this one, is it gonna fuck me up with Solus? Because I feel like that's the most appropriate response out of the ones that I've been given, is to be compassionate, and I hate that that's only reserved for being flirtatious. Oh, really? You can flirt as much as you want as long as you don't start a relationship? Well, let's try it out. If Solus has to give us the talk, we have the talk. I'm not trying to flirt with him. Again, he just is having a hard time, and this is the most compassionate thing we can say.
You acted like a 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁 for years. That didn't change you. Neither does this.
That was just a role. This is my life. As one of those. I've killed hundreds of 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁 in Saharan. Bandits, murderers, bastards who turned their back on the 𝒸𝒹. And now I'm one of them.
No, you're Iron. The Iron Bull.
You're not a 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁. That's a Qunari word, and you don't follow the 𝒸𝒹 any longer. You're Iron Bull, mercenary captain for the Inquisition.
I can live with that. Anyway, I'll get this cleaned up and let Red know what happened. Boss, whatever I miss, whatever I regret, this is where I want to be. Whenever you need an ass kicked, the Iron Bull is with you.
Thanks, Bull. Okay, good. That went better than those other options. Also, thanks for leaving me on the balcony, sweetheart. Oh, hi! Hello!
This is amazing! Convincing the Keeper took work, but I'm so glad you managed.
Are you doing okay out here? Outside of the clan?
Here to help, Inquisitor.
Sweet baby.
Here to help, Inquisitor.
Alright, you let me know if you need anything, okay? Just, barge the fuck in my room. I don't care. Oh, it's you again. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see if Bull has anything else to say. Wait, I don't take damage here, do I? Oh, I can't jump anyway, so we gotta go this direction. Ha ha ha. Ankles are intact.
Ella len su nabal emma vahen.
I don't think that's Elven.
I have to learn if I'm to ingratiate myself to the new power in Alamshiral. How hard could it be?
For you, evidence is leaning toward plenty.
Thanks for trying to pick up the language. That's really amazing. I appreciate it. We haven't talked to Harding in a while.
Inquisitor.
What's been going on?
They've done a lot with this place. I'm impressed.
What's been going on?
Just waiting to get back out there.
Oh, I think we've done everything with her. Boo.
Take care.
Merlin was very disappointed he couldn't romance her. Okay, we're avoiding Cassandra because I don't want to do divine stuff yet. I love that the Inquisitor like runs over and she's like, ah, shit. And then turns around and Cassandra's just like... Let's finish up with Bull.
Long day.
Hi, Creme.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Alamshiral was a mess. At least under the Q, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
Oh my goodness.
Corypheus had agents sowing dissent and muddying the waters.
That's just it. Orlais is so vulnerable. If you killed everyone in the Triumvirate, the Qun would survive unchanged. I don't know. The Qun isn't perfect, but it doesn't care what any single person wants. Orlais is full of people who care about nothing else.
Yeah, there does kind of need to be a medium there.
Hey, boss. How are you?
Oh, that's it.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Hey, Creme.
Shame the alliance with the Chief's people didn't work out. He hasn't said anything, but he's feeling it.
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Certainly. What can I tell you?
Have you had any other interesting jobs?
There was the time with the spiders. Big old beast had taken over some Navarran lady's winter estate, with a full season to lay eggs. Hanging from the chandelier, scuttling over the tapestries, webbing up the bath. Don't really have a story about it. It's just a lot of spiders.
We'll talk later.
Love you, Creme. Right. So we've got...
It was too fortified. We were ready to walk away, then up comes the charger saying it's taken care of.
Taken care of? So they killed them? Or they knew them?
That's not on my head. All I know is, job done.
Who do we owe, though? I'd rather keep it in rank.
With what we're up against, I don't think we have a choice.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's fine.
I hope it's not me.
Let's go talk to Sarah.
One for the Empress. For 𝒸𝒾𝒶. Brianna. The Duchess. And Corypheus. Right in the dangle bag.
All right, you're clearly annoyed. What can I do?
You're doing fine. It's the dead piled up in Alamshiral that's nagging at me. A cook here, a footman there.
Yeah.
What's it matter, right? So long as there's a butt for the throne. A skinny elven puppet arse at that. Wonder how long before she forgets her poor elves.
Can we not?
Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
It's really hard, because, like, as an elf, her anti-elf sentiment hits a little different, right? It's like, wow, we're trying to do something for an oppressed group of people. That's something that should resonate with you. But instead, you're going to be weirdly racist about it. And I get that it's an internalized thing and she hates these aspects about herself and projects that onto elves as a whole, but because I understand it doesn't make it, like, still an acceptable behavior. It's hard because I want to be gentle and understanding here and be like, hey, this is going to be really good for people who could really use it, but it's hard because I don't feel like the writing takes trying to reach Sarah into play. They don't consider it when they're writing. It's just like, how can we be condescending to her? And like, if you want to make that one option, sure, whatever. But I feel like it even gets laced into the positive reactions.
We decided the course of a nation. I think it was worthwhile.
Right. 𝒂𝒃 will never be the same. Except for everything they say and do. Ugh, you know the most important thing I got out of all of that mess? The one thing. Don't sleep with empresses. That's what that was all about. That and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
Okay, how is Briala being an idiot? Is she saying she's being an idiot for sleeping with the Empress in the first place? She really wasn't in a position to make that decision. Selene literally manipulated her to where Selene was the only person that she had anymore. Not to mention that when a human woman says, you're in a relationship with me now, and who's in a position of power like Selene, you can't really say no to that. There are consequences for that. Briala's just trying to survive, which is something that should resonate with you, Sarah. It's really not that simple.
There was a lot more going on than a lover's spat.
Oh, sure.
There was.
Because of the hole in the sky, pfft, plenty of idiots around before, and there'll be plenty of idiots around after. Better save some arrows, yeah?
It's hard because I see why I did not like her on my first playthrough. I was like, wow, you're just kind of really shitty to people who aren't like servants. Okay. And while that is true, it's such a superficial take that it's unfair. You know? It's just... it's rough being an elf trying to talk to her and trying to care literally at all about elves, you know what I mean? It's hard. She reminds me of Fenris in a lot of ways. Specifically how Fenris is so caught up in his hate for mages that he cannot see how mages are struggling and how they're oppressed in a way that should resonate with him as a slave from Tevinter. And Sarah's kind of the same. She's so caught up in her hate for elves that she's not seeing that they need a lot of the same rights and respect and rescuing that a lot of these little people that she wants to save need as well. It's just, it's rough. And it makes sense because a lot of people don't make these connections, right? They get caught up in their trauma. And that's very understandable. It's reasonable. But I wish we could make it better. I wish we could have discussions on that instead of it being left as their defining factor. All right. Let's try to have a less not fun conversation. Because I want to, like, give her a chance. And she does do good things in her way. But it's just, like, it's hard to sit here and stomach the elf hate as an elf. And the disregard for the plight of the elves. It's just, like...
A gracious lady bit.
Oh, wow, we can already kick her out. Wow. Like, this one would be the only one that's, like, not disrespectful out of all of these. I think we can do this one.
Are things playing out the way you expected?
About time we turned around on this Corypheus whatever. Make him feel like he's on the wrong end of the dogs for once, yeah?
The wrong end of the dogs.
Is your network of contacts still active after what happened?
Yeah, what about it?
Wow. I feel like asking her if her pranks achieve much. So it's either talking about her actual pranks, like around the castle and stuff, around Skyhold, or we're being demeaning and asking and saying, do your pranks, and equating pranks with the little missions, jobs that she undertakes through Red Jenny, or that others undertake through Red Jenny as well. And that's so demeaning. I'm too afraid to ask it, honestly. I just don't feel like it's going to be a good outcome either way.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, isn't it?
You've read this book, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I think we read that. It might have had extra editions at the end. Oh. I love these little tender moments.
Anything we can do, just ask.
Thank you.
Okay, let's do Cole. And then we'll get the rest next week.
Welcome back.
Wow, that is such a stunning outcome to Alamshiral. I've never even heard of... Oh, sorry, Cole. I'll back up a little bit so he can wander if he likes. I've never heard of that outcome before. Like, not even heard of it. So wild. I'm gonna look into whether or not Celine stays alive. Whether that's the outcome that I want. Because I kind of want... I want Celine to watch Briala in power. Briala does not need her. Now Celine is powerless. Because that's like the best vengeance I can give Briala for the way that she's been treated. We'll have to see if that's something that's achievable. Oh man.
I suppose you're right.
As always, I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you next time.
Thanks for watching. For more content, you can check out these videos, or my stream on Twitch, or cosplay on Instagram, or my OnlyFans. All the links are in the description. Have a great rest of your day. Hey guys, don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, consider letting me know. Leave a like, subscribe, or even become a Patreon. Okay, thanks, bye.